everybody. I finally got a hold of him. Josh Wins in the house. How you doing?
All right. How you doing?
I'm good. Now, y'all, I'm gonna ride Josh Win for just a little bit. He deserve it because, like, hey, man, it's my show. I'm riding just a little bit. Show started 9:00. Here he is, doggone 9:16. Now I could put now. I was keeping an eye on the Michigan time. I was 8:00. Like, oh snap, 8:00 is 9:00 over there. So I'm like, I kept the eye on it. SmackDown still going on back then, but it's all good now.
Hey, when it comes to doing shows or pleasing my wife because she wants to go somewhere, wife is number one. Happy wife, happy life. So
I feel you. By the way, I'm gonna just get this out of the way because you're a horror expert, horror movie expert. It's not necessarily horror, but I find it interesting. Have you ever heard of Scary Stories Told in the Dark?
Yes, I have, based off of the book.
That's just one scene I like, and the only scene I like in the movie. There's a scene the girls at the school play, and she about to go out, and right before she about to go out, she got a big old pimple on the face. They say, you gotta go take care of that right quick. So she goes to take care of it. She goes in the bathroom, and she looks at try to pop it. So someone calls her name. She look over, and she look back, and something she don't know it, but something just crawled inside her face. And she tries to pop it, and a spider leg pokes out. Now, to me, that's oddly satisfying. That's the only thing I like about that part. The spider leg poking out.
Yeah, that's that was a pretty gnarly scene.
Yeah.
Then when her brother and her friends came running in there and saw her all covered up. Yeah, I mean that was a good scene. That was probably one of the better stories.
The rest of it creeped me out, but I did like this part where the spider leg poked out of the face. I did like that part.
Oh yeah.
And the brother's kind of. I'm just going ahead and say he didn't have no other choice. But he poured mop water on her to get the spiders off. He had no choice. That's still kind of petty, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's a little pettiness in there somewhere.
Well, a little sibling rivalry doesn't hurt here and there.
Yeah. Then again, he didn't have a choice. It's only water available, like right then and there. So, yeah. Hey, and technically she didn't die. She just lost her mind.
Yeah. Well, spoiler alert, she, at the end of the movie, she was with her friend, and they were going to go and try to find a way to save their other friends. I'm not going to ruin it, but yeah. So, it was good, and they do get a part 2 of it coming out next year.
Should be interesting. But anyway, let's get to some wrestling. Last time I talked to you, you said you got a lot on your mind, and you want to get some off your chest. What's on your mind?
Oh, man. First, let's say there will be a couple F-bombs dropped today, so I'm giving you, a prelude to it.
Oh, yeah.
First I want to talk about how AEW keeps signing all these people, but yet they ain't making no money because they ain't getting no audience. You go to a stadium or an arena or whatever that holds 18,000 people, and you can barely get 4,000 people. What the fuck are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then, they want to keep hiring all these people and everything. And, okay, yeah, you got all the money in the world because, you're a fucking billionaire. But at the end of the day, you can't have a wrestling company if you don't have fans. And AEW's problem is they are adding all WWE people. That's what WCW did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not the only one who's saying this. Bully Ray says it on his podcast. Jim Cornette says it on his podcast. I mean, every single person who has a podcast is saying the same stuff. One person can be wrong. 50 people cannot be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying that.
I agree with you. They only have 4 homegrown people. Well, they had 5. Jada was WWE. They only have 4 homegrown people. Jungle Boy. Well, now I go by Jack Perry. MJF, Guevara, and Sting Jr. What's his name?
Darby Allin.
Darby Allin. Other than those four, everybody else is former WWE folk.
Yep.
And a few Impact Wrestling folk.
Yep. See, AEW's issue, and I'm not going to leave WWE unscathed, though. WWE is also doing some stuff, too, that I don't like. But AEW, they when they first came out, they were the hottest thing in professional wrestling. However, because they want to do nothing but hire all the people that are retiring from WWE, getting fired, let go, whatever you want to call it, Impact, New Japan Pro Wrestling, they said that they wanted it to be a homegrown company. How can it be a homegrown company when half, if not over half of your roster is from other companies? Yeah, I get it. Every single person comes from another company, but not all of them need to come from WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But AEW, to me, like I said before, it's a smite on a professional wrestling world. It should have never been existed. Should have never. It just no good. And if MJF does stay with AEW next year, he's only going to hurt his career because, again, you can't have a professional wrestling company and not fill the arenas that you're booking. The money doesn't add up. Even though you're paying these people hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, but whatever.
I remember the Rock's parents tried that down in Hawaii. They had their own company to rival his grandmother's company. They tried to compete with his own grandma, and they had a slight problem. They can't fill the arena. We got all these people. We saw all these tickets. The tickets that they did sell. We're competing against your grandmama, Mrs. Ada Johnson's mama. I can't remember her name, poor lady. Leah Mavia, I believe.
Yeah, Mavia, yeah.
Leah Mavia. Ada and Rocky try to compete against Leah, and they can't keep up. So, if you're going to book an arena, you got to guarantee the building.
Oh, yeah. And then they're giving away matches. AEW's giving away matches for free that they could be putting on pay-per-views to actually garner people to come into these arenas or buy these pay-per-views to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Who in their right mind is going to book Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho for a regular fucking show? Or Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega for a regular show? That's just plain batshit crazy. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, let's talk about WWE.
Oh, here we go.
Now, I'm a true WWE fan through and through, since I was a little boy all the way up to now. However, I am tired of every fucking champion in WWE holding these titles for so long. The only title that's literally changed hands this year are the tag titles and the USA title. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, and the women's titles. That's it. But let's face it, the women's tag team title changed hands by default because Liv Morgan got injured. Then it changed hands again because Sonya Deville got injured. So, you got injured people, so, okay, you had to change the titles. I get it. But Roman Reigns, in his, what they're calling, historic title run, he's only had 11 matches all year. I've never seen somebody so protected anywhere on professional TV, whether it be a movie, wrestling, whatever. This dude has only had 11 matches all year. And then they want to say he's having a historic title reign. And then since he's been champion, how many times has he won fair and square? I can count on 2 fingers. So WWE's, I get it. They want him to be the big bad. Okay, yeah. But you're kind of diminishing all the other reputations of all the other wrestlers if they can't beat this man. As a matter of fact, the only time he's been pinned clean was by his cousin Jey Uso in that tag team match, which was a fucking fluke because at the end of the day, Jimmy Uso just went right back to the bloodline. That was fucking stupid. The writers at WWE right now need to, A, get a fucking brain in their head, and then B, understand they're not giving the fans what they want. The fans of professional wrestling, not just WWE, they want good stories. They don't want 4-year title runs and every fucking time you defend the title, you win it by cheating. And the Bloodline story, the only two good things that came from it was the stint that Sami Zayn was in there because he made that shit funny, and then Solo Sikoa because he's the badass. But other than that, I mean, yeah, now you got Jey Uso over on Raw and he's doing his own thing, and it's about time he steps away from the Bloodline and they let him shine because he needs to shine. But however, they put him right in a tag team with Cody Rhodes. I'm like, WWE is their own worst enemy, just like AEW. They want to sit there and say, oh, we're giving the fans what you want. No, the fuck you're not. I'm a fan. I ain't getting shit I want. Rhea Ripley's been women's champion since what, WrestleMania? SummerSlam, something like that? How many times has she defended it? Once or twice. Gunther defends the title, yeah, but he wins every time, again, by fucking... He's always wrestling little guys, or the Imperium is always interfering. And then they give Logan Paul the U.S. title. Okay, if no one saw that Santos turn coming, they're fucking blind. Mm-hmm. I saw that shit coming once Carlito got signed back to the WWE and joined the LWO. Now, I will give Logan Paul credit because he 100% saved Rey Mysterio from being seriously injured when he caught him before he landed on his head. So Logan Paul he has my respect for that. But let's get back to the Roman Reigns shit. When he was a face, they couldn't get him over, so they came up with a storyline. Oh, I got leukemia, so I'm gonna have to go away.
Wait a minute. That's ouch.
No.
The dude actually had leukemia, man.
Yeah, no. I'm not making fun of leukemia. I'm not even making fun of that. I'm literally saying they came up with that storyline. Now, he fought it when he was younger, but he didn't get it, and then a month later he comes back and nothing's happened. No. I've known people who have leukemia, and even they said that shit ain't real, that they did on TV.
Well, it's not like leukemia got a schedule.
It doesn't have a schedule, but it's going to have lasting effects, and you can't come back into a professional wrestling world and start doing shit like you ain't never had nothing done. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, anyone and everyone, I don't care who you are, no one can argue the point that shit was so made up. I mean, even other professional podcasters that are in the wrestling world have said the same shit I'm saying. The thing is at the end of the day, they couldn't get him over as a face, so, he's going to fight a death-defying disease, and he's going to win it. He's going to win the fight within a month, come back, and they still couldn't get him over all the way. So how did they get him over? They had to turn him heel. And how did they turn him heel? They had to pair him with Paul Heyman because Brock Lesnar wanted to become a more part-time person in wrestling. So they had to do something with Paul Heyman. And, of course, we're going to have him be the head counsel for the tribal chief, blah, blah, blah. That whole bloodline shit needs to just stop. They need to put Roman Reigns out of our misery. Because for me, and I can only speak for me, I'm so tired of the stupid ass bullshit that they do. Oh, acknowledge me. Acknowledge my nutsack. That's what he needs to do. This dude, yeah, okay, whatever. He is what he is. He's the face of the company. Yeah, whatever. However, you're basing the face of the you're basing the company on the face of somebody who, again, hasn't won a fair fight and barely defends his title, and only shows up when it's time for marquee matches. I mean, he hasn't wrestled on Raw or SmackDown in the last 2 years. No. Last year. This year at all. He wrestled last year at SmackDown when him and Sammy teamed against John Cena and whoever the fuck they wrestled. You cannot be a world champion and not defend that title. They need to go back to the rule of if you don't defend it every 30 days, you get stripped of the shit. But they're protecting Roman Reigns so much because, he's the face of the company and we want him to wrestle The Rock. And, all right, fine. You're going to have him wrestle The Rock. The Rock's going to lose. Then he's going to acknowledge him. And then you're going to continue on. There's no way Roman Reigns is better than Bruno Sammartino.
I'll give you that.
Way. Huh?
I'll agree with you there.
There's no way Roman Reigns is better than in 80s and early 90s Hogan. There's no way that Roman Reigns is better than Stone Cold, The Rock. Roman Reigns is not better than a lot of the people who came before him, but yet they're building him up as this big ass. So he's the hero of the company because he saved it. He's the champion of champions. You know what? I remember when Drew McIntyre won that title when there was no audience because of COVID. And he ran with it. Mm-hmm. And he did the shit. Then all of a sudden we get an audience back and, I'm going to get a title to Roman Reigns. What the fuck ever, man. But that's my take on Roman Reigns. Because I've never been a Roman Reigns fan. And I don't think I ever will be. And to be honest, it wouldn't bother me one bit if he just fucking decided to quit wrestling altogether. Now, let's talk about, again, Logan Paul.
Oh, I got plenty to say about Logan Paul. Oh, how about this here? This is the stupidest thing. Logan Paul's right hand has titanium, does it not?
It does.
All you got to do is ball up that fist, knock somebody out, you good. No, this idiot uses brass knuckles on top of titanium fists. What the hell?
Yeah. Again, just goes to show that WWE don't have no fucking... They have writers, but they don't have no good writers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like putting Piper Niven in a 205 cruiserweight title match. You're not gonna do that shit because she's way more than 205.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, I do like the fact they brought back Kairi Sane.
Yes.
I do like the fact that they're adding to Damage Control. And I do like the fact that they are getting ready to turn Bayley face again. It's about time. She played that heel role so good. Now it's time for her to start getting fans back behind her. So then you can form the 4 horsewomen in the WWE.
Yeah, but do we have to do the hugging thing again?
I can go without the hugging thing.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I'm not going to complain if Bayley wants to come up to me and say, hey, give me a hug. I'm shit, I'm going to be all up in that hug. You know what I'm saying? But just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that right now, that is the best story they have is Damage Control.
Oh, you know what? I would love it. And we almost had it on Raw. And they freaking gave it away on Raw, like you said, but it was ruined. It was on SmackDown. Asuka and Io Sky. Great match, but first of all, I gave it away for free, and then it was interrupted. I want to see them go at it in an Iron Woman match or something.
Yeah.
Like few months ago, Asuka and Io went at it verbally. And Io called Asuka the word baka, which is Japanese for stupid.
Yeah.
And Asuka's like, no, Io, like, all she could say was, you bitch. So Asuka repeatedly called her baka, 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 baka. You stupid, 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 stupid. Io could take it no more, and all she could muster up, bitch.
Yeah. Now there's like, so here's the thing. Damage Control, when it was just Bayley, Dakota, and Io, that ran its course.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a good course. I'm not going to lie to you. However, adding Kairi Sane, adding Asuka, and chances are they're going to add more Japanese women to this. I'm not mad at that.
Now, what they should do, they should have, is get rid of Bayley, add Japanese women, and they should give it a badass Japanese name to it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know Japanese, I can't think of that right now. They should add a badass Japanese name to the group, and my God.
Hit Squad.
That might do.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. WWE, as much as it pains me to say that they're actually doing something good, because right now that's the only thing they're doing good, is Damage Control. They are actually playing the cards of trying to get Sasha Banks to come back, because Sasha Banks said that she wants to wrestle the women in Japan, and now all the Japan women are starting to come to America. So I'm like, all right, I get it. You know, I see what WWE is trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's only a matter of time before Sasha does come back, because she's even gone on record saying that, you know, before she retires, she does want to finish her career in WWE, which is cool.
Yeah. I said it before, not publicly, but I'll say it again. They all come back home. Because let's face it, whether you like it or not, we all know, deep down, WWE is Old Faithful.
Oh, yeah.
So they always come back home.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will say this. It wasn't a surprise that Edge went to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be a surprise that Ospreay is probably going to go there. It's not going to be a surprise that Sasha goes there. I'm not surprised at anything that AEW does, because they just play their cards on the table all the time. You know, and I'm sorry, but every time Tony Khan says I have a blockbuster announcement to make, 9 times out of 10 it's, oh look, we are going to have more tickets sold. So here's the thing. I know somebody, and God's honest truth, I'm not going to name drop or anything, but I know somebody that has the inside scoop on some stuff in AEW. So only reason it looks like that they have crowds of people in there after they sell the tickets that they sell is because all the wrestlers are paid an extra $5,000 to get their families and friends to fly in and sit in the audience, and that is bullshit.
Now, what would be petty as hell if someone buys tickets? A celebrity did this one time. You buy tickets for a whole row and don't show up.
Yeah.
That would be jackass as hell.
Oh yeah. No, so here's what happens. So AEW, when they realize that they haven't sold out an arena in almost 2 years, which is true, 100% fact. Mm-hmm. They haven't sold out an arena other than when they went overseas that one time to London or wherever the fuck they went. But, yeah, other than that, what they do is all the people who buy tickets, they put them all on the side that the camera's on, and that's why you mostly don't see the audience, because they don't have the audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people want to sit there and say, oh, AEW is like a very good place to be and stuff like that. You know what? You got freedom. You can do whatever you want creatively. Every wrestler who's gone from WWE to AEW has said, we have so much creative freedom. That's because you motherfuckers don't have nobody writing for you, because AEW has their head writer quit and went to Impact Wrestling.
Mm.
And then they just had a high-ranking official quit who's about to go to WWE. And they sit there. The best thing they had going in the last 3 years was Jade Cargill, and she's now in WWE.
Yeah.
MJF was good as a heel, and now he's all of a sudden Adam Cole's best friend and, a face, and now he's losing. I mean, yes, they're still behind him, but he's losing fan base because of that. You don't turn these people into characters that they can't be comfortably. That just doesn't make sense. Now, I will say, I am a huge fan of Ruby Soho. And I truly believe before her career is over, she will go back to WWE. But they need to let her go and do her own thing in AEW, because teaming her with people, I mean, yeah, that's cool and all, but she's better off on her own. And when I met her last year, me and her had a lengthy conversation, and she agreed with some of the stuff I said, and she said some of the stuff was kind of, just whatever. But the thing is at the end of the day, people have to understand this is a professional sport or professional entertainment or whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is a profession that we, as fans, want to be invested in, but we can't be invested in it if you're not giving us what we want. Yeah. And that's just how I feel. At the end of the day, I could be wrong, and because I don't know everything, but at the end of the day, it's like, how many times can you hear the same shit from like 15, 20, 30 people, and it's literally word for word, verbatim, the same shit? That just don't make sense to me.
I know you got something to say about Impact Wrestling.
Oh, shit. Well, first, Impact Wrestling they were due for a change, but going back to TNA, I think is going to hurt them, because they literally, they don't have no face. Like no one can identify with them because they've only went from TNA to Impact back to TNA. And I will say though, over an Impact or TNA or whatever the fuck it's called, they do put on a good wrestling show, because the fan base over there, they play to the fan base over there. They know that if they book a 1,200 seat place, they're going to get 1,200 fans. Mm-hmm. If they book a 400 seat place, they're going to get 400 fans, because over in TNA, they have what I consider true wrestling. You have TNA, MLW, and maybe that's it in true wrestling. Everything else is just a fucking soap opera. But Impact is good. I would kind of think that they need to stop letting the OG TNA people hold titles and start giving them to some of the newer people that are coming in. But, it is what it is. But I'm going to say it here. Jade Cargill entering the Women's Royal Rumble and winning it. I'm predicting that right now.
All right, so let's say her number. Let's say number 1, number 30, what up?
They're going to want her to come out looking strong, but they don't want to come out looking like she's dominant. Uh-huh. So, she's going to draw between 25 and 30. Yeah. I will say maybe 28 or 30, one of the two.
I tell you this, man, the Royal Rumble is quite interesting because it's technically. I looked over the rule book. I looked over the old school, the OG Royal Rumbles. And I've noticed something. Technically, your number is called. You don't have to come to the ring ASAP.
Yeah.
The match is over when the last person thrown over the top rope and the last person in the ring. That's the match is over. So let's say you get number 10. You don't have to come to the ring as soon as you get your number. You can wait it out to the last 2 in there, and then make what you gotta do. Make everybody forget about you. Okay? The fact, don't even bother coming out. Just make sure this is my little suggestion. Go to the bathroom, use the bathroom, take your sweet time going to the ring, going out there. Stay backstage. Take your sweet time going out there. Make everybody forget about it. And then, when the last two in there, and one throw over the top rope, oh, so-and-so won the Royal Rumble, come out to the ring. Oh, snap, I forgot about that person. Boom, you might win the Royal Rumble.
Hell, Vince McMahon did that in 1999 with the No Chance in Hell Royal Rumble, where he was in there at number one, Stone Cold, or at number two, Stone Cold was in there at number one, and then they ambushed Stone Cold in the men's room, ladies' room, whatever, and then he got taken away in an ambulance, and then McMahon came back and sat at the commentary table until it was the last two, and then and that's what he did. I mean, that was smart.
And that Royal Rumble was special because not only did you get to win the Royal Rumble, if you eliminate Stone Cold, you're $100,000 richer.
Yeah.
And the thing is, long as you eliminate Steve Austin, you only have to win the Royal Rumble. To eliminate Austin, I give you $100,000.
Oh yeah.
Because he never said I win the Rumble too.
Oh yeah. But also another thing, what made that Royal Rumble so iconic was the very first time that a female entered the men's Royal Rumble.
Yes, sir. The late great Chyna.
Yeah. Who, let's call it what it is. Chyna was definitely, like, she made WWE's women division, she put them all on notice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when she first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, who's this?" Blah blah blah, etc., etc. But the thing is throughout her career, she has earned a rightful place, in my opinion, in the WWE Hall of Fame alone, not with just the Generation X.
Right.
But when you got people like Vince McMahon who want to sit there and, she used to be with Triple H, my son-in-law, so we're not going to give her a Hall of Fame. The only reason she actually got into the Hall of Fame with the D-Generation X was because Triple H and Shawn Michaels said that she needs to be in it because she was an integral part of D-Generation X.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, after she left DX, she was an integral part of just WWE in general. First woman to be in the Royal Rumble. First woman to win an Intercontinental title. I mean, she was breaking barriers before barriers were even made to be broken.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it weren't for her, the likes of Beth Phoenix, Nia Jax, or fucking Karma, none of them would have been in the men's Royal Rumble if it wasn't for Chyna. And that's just the fact. I mean, she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame by herself. But let's look at the dark side of wrestling for a minute. Okay, all these wrestlers eventually do shit that they're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be make a sex tape, whether it be drugs, or whatever the fuck it is that they do. They all do something they're not supposed to do. No one is unscathed. If you're in the world of professional wrestling, especially WWE, you have an image to uphold. And if you don't uphold that image in every aspect and in every single place you're at, then you don't need to be, there. You need to be reprimanded. I wouldn't say as far as fire them. I mean, unless you do something really stupid. I'm a professional wrestler. I'm going to go out and buy, $1,000 of stuff that I don't need, that, is not good for you, that can get me in trouble. Yeah, then you need to be fired, because you're literally, becoming a fucking criminal. But whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But also, let's look at the suicides, just everything that goes on behind the scenes that we don't see. I mean, Kurt Angle said it himself. He said that when his first run in WWE, he was so hooked on pain medication that he couldn't do a day without at least 10 to 15 pills. And he said when he went out to have a match, which was almost 365 days a year, when he went out to do a match, he said that he don't remember the first half of his career because he was taking medications that he shouldn't have been taking.
Mm.
You know, I mean, people need to understand that these are also, like, they're regular people. They just happen to be in the limelight. You know, and we see them sometimes as heroes, and sometimes we just see them as, you're a lost cause because you don't know how to stay straight. It is what it is. But AEW took it to a whole new level when they acknowledged the word weed on their show.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman Adam Page said, "I'm going to take your weed." Yeah. What the hell, man? You know, this Tony Khan he's a fucking idiot. He's a self-made jackass who just happens to be a billionaire because his dad's a billionaire. But I guarantee you that AEW, if not by the end of next year, 2 years, and then they're done. I guarantee you that. Because if you don't have the fan base, if you don't have the audience, these arenas are not going to let you book them. Even if you give them all the money in the world. Because if you give them, here we go. Lee, let's say you owned an arena, right?
Right.
And I came to you and said, hey, I'll give you $30,000, $130,000 to book your arena for a professional wrestling event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at first that $130,000 was looking and it sounded pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah.
But then you haven't owned the arena, now you get 10% of sales on tickets. You get 10% of sales on merchandise. And then you get 75% of sales on all concessions. But if you don't have the fans coming in, now, because you got all the people working there for you, that all the vendors, all the people running the concession stands, all the people are just all those people that you have literally working for you. You now are losing money, even though I just gave you $130,000. If you don't got the fan base coming in, you don't got the money coming in.
Oh yeah.
So these, I'm not going to say which one, but there was an arena that AEW tried to book, and they said you couldn't fill an 18,000 seat arena. I cannot, in good conscience, let you book my arena.
Mm-hmm.
So AEW is now getting turned away from arenas that they shouldn't be getting turned away from. Yeah, and WWE all along, even though they're doing a shit show over there too, they have the fan base.
Oh yeah.
Because their fan base are loyal fan base people.
For example, a lot of people know. Let's say you heard John Cena more than you heard of Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
You know, so if I had a choice, I can see WWE's John Cena or AEW Sammy Guevara. I'm going with WWE because they have more lineage. They have more knowledge. They have more fan base, like you said. They have more experience.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I could do you one better. AEW has MJF, right? WWE has Finn Balor. Now, Balor is good and better at wrestling than MJF, but MJF is better on the mic than Finn Balor. So who do I want to see? I'm not watching wrestling to hear people talk. I'm watching wrestling to watch people wrestle. So I'm going to watch Finn Balor wrestle.
Yeah.
You know, and you said the 4 pillars of AEW: Darby Allin, MJF, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara. Guevara cannot have a singles run in any federation because he needs to be protected. He is the cruiserweight version of Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Sammy Guevara's problem. Darby Allin, everyone compared him to Sting, so what's the first thing they do? Oh, we're going to pair you with Sting. That hurt his career. Jungle Boy. There's just a whole lot wrong with Jungle Boy. Let's just face that. I mean, and then this latest thing he did with CM Punk and everything like that. You know, that's what's wrong with AEW is almost every single person that works there, whether it be in front of the camera or behind the camera, are so fucking, like, pussified. Because Jungle Boy, like, oh, it's real glass. Okay, so what? It's real glass. You just made an asshole out of yourself on fucking nationwide TV because you want to try to prove a point. You want to prove a point in your 5 to 6 year career to a man who has had a career for almost 3 decades now? And you think you're going to come out on top? Yeah, CM Punk, toward the end, wanted to get fired. He wants to be back in WWE, and don't be surprised if he shows up at Survivor Series or after Survivor Series. But he is definitely WWE bound because the people who own WWE now that also own UFC love CM Punk. Like, they love that man like he's, Count Chocula on Halloween. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, he better bring a big boat, because last time I checked, he burned all the bridges.
So, here's the thing. He may have burned all the bridges, but he burned all the bridges with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Now that the people who own WWE also own UFC, he didn't burn no bridges in UFC.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince McMahon was a guy who was holding all the chips about a CM Punk return. Because Vince McMahon was like, well, he did me dirty, blah, 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 so I don't want him here. But now that the whole board is seeing Vince McMahon as a liability, oh yeah, no. Vince McMahon ain't got shit to say. That's why he's selling all his stock from Endeavor or whatever the fuck, TKO or whatever the fuck it's called. That's why he's selling all his stock from it, because he knows that they're about to do they're about to get him off the board and out the company. I mean, you ain't gonna sell millions of stock at $80. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of money, but you're gonna want to sell it for a little bit more than that. So then you got Vince McMahon is a fucking billionaire, so he's got a 20-bedroom house with 12 full bathrooms, 3 indoor heated pools, 4 outdoor heated pools. That dude ain't got to worry about shit.
Mm.
He's got a fucking gold toilet, for crying out loud, and that's not bullshit. He's got a gold toilet.
How you know you got a gold toilet?
Because Triple H was doing an interview on Sirius Radio, and they were asking him, what's the most outrageous thing you've ever seen since, being in the WWE and being with the McMahon family? And he says Vince McMahon has his own personal gold toilet.
Wow. Solid gold?
Yep.
Well, nice.
100%.
That's the glorious shit right there.
Hell yeah. Just think, every time he goes to take a shit, he's dropping at least a deuce. But no, wrestling would be better if they just listened to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much, that's what I want. As a fan, I want professional wrestling to be something I know I can sit down every week and enjoy. And I'm not talking enjoy 1 or 2 things. I want to enjoy the entire show. had to get that off my chest and say how much I can't stand Roman Reigns.
As you surely didn't spare nobody, damn it.
But other than that, man, I want to thank you for having me back on. And I know times is crazy because new job I started and everything. So, but I will be back. I'll be back a lot sooner than what most people think, though, because I'm gonna start having some free time, especially since it's around the new year. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah. Other than that, man, again, thank you for having me on, and that's about what I got.
Yes, sir. It's been a privilege, man. Appreciate you.
All right, no problem.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to know that you can catch AEW Full Gear this Saturday on traditional pay-per-views. I recommend watch wrestling. Excuse me, y'all. Watch ProWrestling.co. Watch ProWrestling.co. If that doesn't work, give it 24 hours. And you can watch it the next day and have a good old time. By the way, there's this cool show called The Chosen. I like it. You're gonna like it too. Now, don't say the thing sucks. You haven't seen it yet. Season 4 is in theaters coming soon in February. But this Christmas season, December 12th through the 17th, I want to say, you can catch 2 movies wrapped in one. The Messenger and The Shepherd. The Messenger and The Shepherd. 2 movies wrapped in one. December 12th through the 17th in theaters. And also check out The Shift. I'm going to see that next month. The Shift. Based on the book of life. It's a movie based on the book of Job in the 21st century. It's quite interesting. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Full Gear. Thank you so much for your support. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you're celebrating, enjoy. We'll see you next time.